So we don't need to get everyone. If we get 10% of the population to act a certain way, to think a certain way about it, we can make a huge change, man. That's not a lot to ask. We can get to people and just have them start considering that there should be another way of approaching what's happening between humans all over the world. That's really what we're saying, and we're simply saying that, you know what, if you feel that, join this circle, join us on this quest. We might discover that we have more in common than other people around us, and that's fine. That's okay, because that's how it should be. It's just that there was a group that was sort of made of representatives of all the people and was given this mandate a few thousand years ago, and now we're seeing like their descendants. So it's on them for the most part to start it. But it's not an exclusive club. Anyone who wants to bring unity.
Not only that, we don't even know who they all are.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. We don't know, because it's not a genetic thing. You can't map. You sent me that article today.
Yeah.
It was like, it's like great, but
well, that's the Ashkenazi only side, if that was even the case. What about the Ethiopian?
Right. There are rabbis in Israel who travel the world trying to find the Jewish genome. There's no such thing, because it's not a Jewish thing. There is some sort of a charge, let's call it, okay, for lack of a better. I don't want to get too mystical, but maybe in our next podcast. But there's a charge right in the field that was imbued in this group, and then through the power of the environment. Through the power of the environment, most of them were kept within those worlds, that world of values. That's the only reason why you could say, hey, you probably have that. But we're open to saying anyone who feels that way should join this effort and should start leading by example, as you said, and start to do it. And we'll say, and again, we won't have time to get into it today, unfortunately, but what we're saying also is you can't beat the ego by yourself. In rare cases, you get a little respite from it. You can get a little break, you can get a little, a leg up, but it's a group effort. That's, by the way, that's kind of like...
It's also part of the evolution that we're talking about that's happening in nature, is that we're moving towards this...
greater, orders of complexity and connection. That's how nature...
Myself, when I say I pulled myself out, I wouldn't be able to pull myself out if I didn't have resistance to do something. Am I wrong? Is something going on? There is an interplay between this yin and yang energy.
For sure, and for you, by the way, you had those books. So books are part of it. A teacher is part of it, and environment is part of it. So
we got to not hate each other for this process. It's a tough process. It's brutal in some ways, but hatred, and that's another thing I translate. Hating people, period, is poisonous. What's the one saying? If you hate is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to die. It doesn't do anything other than, so when I'm sitting there getting upset with things and I can't change the world, Alan Watts would say, relax, buddy. Go with the flow. That's what I did. I said, I let go of all the things that and now I'm here to help unite, even if I'm a Jew or not. I don't care. I want to make sure that the Jewish community is safe, whoever they are, the Gentiles are safe, whoever they are, and whatever other communities come up. I want to make sure that we have peace, and let suffering come from nature. Let it come from arthritis, tsunamis. Let us deal with that together.
It's very specific.
Just those two. Everything else, world hunger is fine, war is fine. No, but you know what I'm saying, guys? It's
no. I know we're saying we're a step ahead of you. We're saying if we humans are at the highest level in nature, if we get our shit together, all the other levels are gonna, find balance.
This is the Kabbalah stuff that maybe we could talk about in the next talk. That actually, by doing this unity, all of reality, all of humanity, everything starts to come into balance, and that there is some wonderful future for all of us that we're moving towards. If we can bring that yin and yang, those two forces, into balance, if this third kind of force can come that brings the plus and minus together.
It's called the middle line.
We'll do that the next
we'll do it the next time.
The next conversation.